Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Daria. Hi. So these past couple of weeks, there's been a lot of fuss with school starting up, and I've been having a little deja vu and remembering back when I started using makeup, all the things I wish I had and known. So I went through all my makeup and made a little bundle of all the things I wish I had back then. They are all under $10 because let's be real, at that point in time, most people don't have $45 to spend on one item. So, with that in mind, let's get started. A little disclaimer before I get started, I have a lot of products I'm going to talk about today, but keep in mind all these things, although I wish I had and I recommend full-heartedly, that does not mean you can't live without them or you can't still achieve a beautiful look without them. You can honestly get away with not even using half of them and still have a wonderful makeup look. So please just keep that in mind. You do not need to have all of these to have a put together look. I will talk about the items in the order that I do my makeup just because it made more sense to me that way. So first thing is the primer. So I actually don't really like primer. I kind of avoid it for the most part. So I decided to stick with that and just skip it altogether. All right, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is not makeup. It's actually the brushes because I wanted to target everything when it comes to makeup. And obviously you need brushes and like tools, I guess, to do your makeup. I mean, I guess you can get away with using your fingers, but either way, I wanted to put my personal favorites in every category of makeup. So for brushes, if you guys watch my other videos, this might not come as a surprise, but it is the Wet n Wild, oops, this white collection. I don't really know what it's called. I probably should have looked that up. But either way, I love these brushes. These are super, super affordable. I think I even found some in the Dollar Tree ones. Yeah. So, I mean, these are crazy, crazy affordable. And not only that, they honestly, I would compare them to like Morphe brushes. They're super, super soft. These are amazing brushes. They blend beautifully. And of course, I can't go not talking about a beauty blender. And my all-time favorite beauty blender right now is the Morphe. I'm sorry, it's dirty. I just did my makeup, obviously. I'll just hold it like this, okay? Is the Morphe beauty blender. It is by far the most comfortable and plushiest and like easiest to work with when it comes to beauty blenders. All right, so for the makeup finally, so foundation. It is the Revlon Colorstay foundation. I actually did a wear test on it, so if you would like to see that, check my video out. Either way, it looks really nice. It lasts a really, really long time. Like I said, if you want to see more detailed video, check it out. If you guys are an oily girl, I think you will like this. It is a mousse consistency, so you really kind of have to work with it more. Moving on to the concealer. I don't think this will also be a surprise, but my all-time favorite and something that I will probably recommend for quite some time unless something completely new comes out, it is the Makeup Revolution, what's their name? Conceal and Define Concealer. This is by far the best concealer on the drugstore side that I've ever tried. I have other favorite ones. I actually did a favorites drugstore concealer video. You can check that out as well. But either way, these are by far my favorite because not only do they have a ginormous shade range, the biggest shade range I think I've seen in the drugstore side of makeup, they also are super full coverage. They are easy to work with and they're a tiny bit on the matter side, which is pretty nice for me personally. And they're very, very affordable. This one is actually semi-recent for me, but I am over the moon about this. This is like amazing. I've never tried something so nice. And it is the Airspun Loose Translucent Powder. They have other ones like translucent and like heavier, I don't know, whatever. Either way, this is honestly like such, I can't even describe it. I think something like this, you have to try it. This thing is giant. It has 2.3 ounces, which is huge. Makeup never comes out in these sizes. It's usually like a generic 1 ounce for everything, powder, liquid, anything. So for $5.60 for 2.3 ounces, I mean, this comes out to dollars. That's like crazy. And I gotta say, as far as the way it leaves your skin, I've never felt my skin so like baby butt smooth. I don't know if that's a good comparison to make, but whatever. Like under my eyes, even the days that I accidentally put too much powder, they still didn't look cracky. They still didn't look creasy or dry or cracky, because I would have that problem in the past when I accidentally dipped my brush in too much and then my eyes would kind of be too dry. This does not do that. And your skin looks velvety, like silky. I'm like so impressed with this powder and over the moon about the price. I think like you just can't go wrong with that. Now moving on to eyeshadow. So this was probably the hardest one for me to choose from because there is so many good options. But of course, I try to keep the whole under $10. So for the eyeshadow palette, I will have to go with the Makeup Revolution. What are they called? Just, I guess, Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palette. I thought this one had a name. The reason I chose this one, first of all, it is super crazy affordable, only $7. And on top of that, these eyeshadows are so crazy pigmented. Like, my eyes blended so nicely. I didn't have to keep dipping in like 50 million times to build it up. Like once or twice and I'm done, like no more, stop. There are 15 shades, which is like so nice. And I think the reason why I chose this one in particular is because of the color range. Something like this, like I would have died to have back in my high school and middle school days. I think this is like the perfect palette. It is so complementary. This is so complementary to like blue eyes, or honestly, I think any shade, anything warm and like neutral, it looks good on like any eye color. So on top of that, like this just has so much options. It is very affordable. It is super pigmented and easy to work with. Now moving on to mascara, and this has been something I've been using for a long time, like years, honestly. And it is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. You guys, you have no idea how many I've went through over the years. Oh my gosh, probably like over 30, no joke. This is by far my favorite mascara. It is not overly liquidy. I don't really like very liquidy mascaras. They're a lot harder to work with in my opinion. This is like that perfect medium. It's not too dry, it's not too liquidy. And I feel like that's like the perfect amount, because then you can build it up and not have to wait for it to dry build, and so on. And on top of that, I've never had a mascara that made my lashes as voluminous and as long as this one. All right, so falsies. Obviously I'm not wearing any, and that's because right before filming this video, I realized I'm out of eyelash glue. Yay, but that's okay. I mean, you know, it's not the end of the world. I think we can do without some eyelashes. But when it comes to eyelashes, I think there's a billion options, honestly, like so many. Recently though, I've been really loving the Eyelene Twinning is Winning. And they have a whole bunch of actually other ones, but this one has been my favorite so far. It is like these spiky, kind of over the top eyelashes. I like them because first of all, they're crazy affordable. They're very, very cheap. They're easy to work with, and they just, I don't know, I love the spikiness to them. Now when it comes to eyebrows, so this was actually one of the first eyebrow products I think I've ever tried. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and it is the e.l.f. Gosh, I don't even know the color. Well, it is the e.l.f. little like duo wax and powder, and it comes with this little brush also and a little mirror. This was my first eyebrow thing I've ever tried, and honestly, I still use it. Like I use it today, clearly, and I don't know, it's still super, super nice. It's easy to work with. It is very affordable, of course. And I don't know, I just feel like you can't go wrong. When it comes to setting your brows, there are two that have been my all-time favorite. This one is out. It makes me so sad. But it is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper. This is so, so nice. It not only gives not only does it set your brows, it also gives them just a smidge bit of color. I've like used so much of this. It's like done, honestly, and I still like try to scrape some out. It's been like by far my favorite setting one so far, and they last, let me tell you, the whole entire day. Another favorite, it is the Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer. It is, I would say, very, very similar to the L'Oreal one, but the brush is way, way different. And honestly, the first time I seen it, the brush scared me. I was like, what the heck is this? But once I started using it, it is so easy and it's so nice. And honestly, a lot like less messier than even the L'Oreal one. So I decided to skip contour because I feel like you can contour with bronzer, and I don't know, I don't think it's like such an essential thing. Plus, one of the items I'm about to talk about, I kind of use it as a contour already, so just decided to combine those two. But speaking of bronzers, the first one I would like to mention, it is the Ulta Matte Bronzer. Now, I actually did a whole video dedicated to Ulta brand products, and that is when I bumped into this baby. A lot of them are fails, sadly, but this one, as you can see, it's by far been my favorite. I've used it almost all completely up. But the reason why I think it's a little more to the contour side is because of the shade. It is the cool tone one. That's why I personally don't like to use it as a bronzer, because I think it honestly is more on the contour side. But that's me. So I generally just contour my nose with it, maybe a few other spots on my face, depends on how I'm feeling that day. But that's why I decided to skip the contour section, because I feel like something like this, you can use as a contour and as a bronzer. Depends on your skin type, of course. But when it comes to like a complete bronzer, I'm gonna have to give it up for the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder. This thing is a huge thing. It's like the size of my entire hand. This is perfect. The other reason why I think this is by far the best drugstore bronzer is because it is so like easy to work with. You slowly build it up and have like, it just has like a very natural look, in my opinion. It's not too much, it's not too bold, it's like this perfect like sun-kissed look. And blushes is actually something I struggle with. I know it's kind of strange, like why would you struggle with blushes? Oh, that's kind of strange. But the reason I struggle with them is as I change skin color, like a chameleon, just kidding, no, like, you know, from summer to winter, or just from like, you know, fake tanning, I can't use all my blushes because some are more flattering on fair skin and some are flattering when you're tan. And something like the Kokie Professional blush, I think it can be used any time of the year. I absolutely love this blush. It is very, very pigmented enough for blush. Not for anything, just for blush. Because you don't want blush to be crazy pigmented, because then you're stuck like blending it out so you don't have like 1920 cheeks. But I love these colors. First of all, they have, again, the neutral undertone, not overly pink, not overly like warm either. The reason why I think this can go year round is because they have like this lighter shade and all the way to this darker shade. So right now I'm using a mixture of this and the medium one, depending on how I'm feeling. But I can't use this one for sure because that's way too pale for me. But I know in the winter, I'm most likely going to be probably using just these because this is for sure going to be too dark for me. Moving on to highlights. So I have two favorites to talk about. One, it is the ColourPop Super Shock highlighters. So I don't think these are a surprise thing. A lot of people really, really like them, and they are not wrong. These are amazing. They're crazy pigmented. You do not need a lot, and they will do their thing. They are creamy though, so if you do not like that, you will not be liking this. I don't know, I absolutely love these. These are very affordable and they look stunning. The next one, I honestly don't know why more people are not talking about it. It is I mean, this color is stunning. I used it in the tear duct. I used it on my cheekbones. It is such a beautiful color. It is the Wet n Wild Written in the Stars Loose highlighter. So this one came out with their I want to say Goldiac for some reason. Their Zodiac collection, and this blew me away. I've never tried something like this in like drugstore section speaking. This is so crazy pigmented. I honestly, when I put it on my cheeks, I kind of put a little bit too much. I thought I had like decent amount, but it was too much, and I had to like just quickly start blending it. It is so pigmented, guys. I was so shocked. It is a bit messy though, so if you don't like loose like highlighters, you might be disappointed with that. But guys, this is only like $5 or $6, and this is like crazy pigmented. This, like, look at that. It's like glowing. I don't know. I just think this is a stunning highlighter. It's really affordable. All right, so the lips. First thing, let's talk about the lip liner. So this was not anything too hard for me. I've been using these for years and they are still my favorite, and I still rebuy new ones, and it is the LA Colors Auto Eyeliner. I've used a lot, like this one's already dying. I probably should throw it away, but they are stunning. They are like this perfect medium neutral brown. They are not crazy like creamy. They are definitely more on the drier side. So if you don't like the more drier formulas when it comes to pencils, you probably should stay away. But guys, these are only $1, only $1. And they are so nice. They last as long as any other pencil I've tried, either high-end $25 or $6 or $1. Honestly, I can't tell that big of a difference. That's just me though. So for lipsticks, again, back to Essence. I can't help it. That brand is so good. It treated me very well over the years. I haven't had that many products that I hated from them. Honestly, I don't remember actually a single product that I tried that I was like, oh, this is horrible. I haven't tried everything in them, but I absolutely love their lipsticks. They have by far probably the best lipsticks, and they're only $2.79, which is again like insane, like how affordable they are. They look really natural. They feel creamy. Only thing I don't like about them is the smell slightly, but again, it's nothing like crazy. I can definitely handle it. They feel really nice. They last. The colors are absolutely stunning. There's something that like I feel like you can pretty much go with any look. They're more on the neutral end, which is very, very nice. Someone for me. For a matte liquid lipstick, I gotta go to NYX, the Soft Matte Liquid Lip. It is, honestly, guys, the best thing I've ever tried. They feel so soft and thin, and they last, I would say, the longest when it comes to, like, matte liquid lipsticks. The reason I really like them is, yeah, they're matte, so they're a little drying, but the formula itself is very thin, so you don't feel like you're actually wearing anything on your lips. Like I'm wearing the Wet n Wild one, which I'll talk about in a minute, but this one you can't tell that you're wearing it on your lips. It feels so soft, so like pretty much bare, and it lasts a really long time. These are honestly by far the favorite, and I gave like a whole bunch of these away to my sisters, and I know they would always be like, oh, this is like the best thing ever. It's just, for someone, I guess, that doesn't like to wear lipstick, let's put it that way, if you are not a big fan of, like, lip products besides chapstick, you will like this. And last but not least, it is the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit. These are so, so nice, you guys. That is actually what I decided to wear today. They feel also very thin. Not as thin as the NYX one, but still very thin, like liquid. They honestly feel more like liquid, but they dry right away. As you can see, my lips are very matte. I did put on some chapstick, so there is like a tiny bit of like a satin look, but whatever. Either way, they feel really nice. They last a very long time too, and they're so affordable. Like these are crazy cheap. And finally, the last thing, it is the setting spray. So I went with two different kinds, one for the matte and one more for the dewy. So for the matte, I don't think this will be a surprise. I've been using this for a lot. I've went through a couple different bottles, but it's the Milani Make It Last setting spray. Guys, this will make your makeup last twice as long. I am not exaggerating. Honestly, even with the high-end setting sprays that I've tried, I haven't tried anything that has made my makeup last longer than this has. I am not exaggerating. And I've tried, I feel like, almost everything from high-end to low-end, and nothing so far has beat this. I am not even exaggerating. So if you are an oily girl and no setting spray has worked for you, try this. Try it. For my dewy skin girls, and honestly, I'm an oily girl and I love this, so I think anyone can use this. It is the Flower Seal the Deal Hydrating spray dewy finish. I absolutely love this, you guys. First of all, this feels like someone is like gently, like, I don't know, it just feels so nice. I've never had a spray that felt so like delicate and gentle when it sprays, no joke. The other ones are like pff, pff, which is not bad, but this one is, I don't know, I just really like the spray. And on top of that, it doesn't make your skin, first of all, like wet looking. Okay, so if you're looking for that, you're not gonna like it. This is more, I guess, if you're an oily girl and you want something that's just gonna give you a little more hydration, and this is what this does. It is absolutely amazing. It not only gives your skin a little bit more life, like if you're a little more not feeling the mattness that day, like for example, I always wear a matte foundation no matter what. I can't help it. But depending on the day, I might go with a dewy setting spray or a matte setting spray. So like whenever I decide to go with a dewy, I go for something like this. It gives my skin the slightest bit of like a gleam in the most like flattering way, of course. And my skin doesn't even feel oily. The thing is, it still feels matte. And I think that's the whole point of like a dewy hydrating setting spray, is that you don't want like that like sticky feeling. You just want the skin to look like it's hydrated. And that's exactly what this does. Alrighty guys, so we've come to the end. I went through all of my favorite products when it comes to every category in makeup, and I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope this was helpful if you guys perhaps couldn't decide on a certain product. I am full on a drugstore girl. I absolutely love drugstore makeup. I have this little like motto, I guess, that I like to sort of live by. If I could find something equally as good for cheaper, I will 100% go for cheaper. I mean, why not? If it's equally as good, just pay less. And that's why I really like drugstore, because I find products in there that I feel like are just as good as high-end, sometimes even better, let's not lie, and they are worth a quarter of the price or not cheaper. Absolutely love drugstore. If you guys actually have any favorite drugstore products that you like, please let me know. I would love to check them out. But overall, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to see future videos like these, and please comment down below what your thoughts were and perhaps your favorite products for drugstore. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.